Hey guys, we can look at baby dinosaurs now. So update 14 is now going through testing on the public test branch, which means that we can check out all of the new awesome ontogeny that we'll be releasing in this game later this month. And already I'm having a field day with it. Look at this Dilophosaurus. It starts off as a fluffy little thing with no crest, and then it grows into this. Isn't that just amazing? Isn't that just so flippin' awesome? So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take a look at these guys. What also I think is really cool that I want to mention right here, we have Neoteny, which I think is how it's pronounced. Basically what that means is I can like bring this up here. Like let's say that's as much as I want the Dilophosaurus to grow. And then it goes up there. And then that's how much it grows. Or if I wanted, like I only wanted them to grow this big, right? It only grows to be that big, then I would like permanently have this age of Dilophosaurus in my park, which I think is really cool. Let's check out the Coelophysis. Oh, look at that. Look at that fluffy little thing. And it grows. Isn't it? That is just so crazy. I love seeing that transition like that. That's pretty seamless overall. Of course, and this one has feathers, which means it doesn't lose them. It just simply changes the colors. But there's like other Coelophyses that don't have the feathers, so it like loses them as it grows. Very nice. Of course, this is, very early look. So if some things seem a little bit rough to you, still, technically being worked on until the end of the month. Oh, look at that. That is crazy. Imagine a flippin' Dinochirus that looks like this. You go out into the wild and you see one like that. How about one that grows without feathers? Just loses them. That's crazy. You can get Dinochiruses of different sizes. That goes for every single dinosaur here, which I just love. Or the Spinosaurus. Look at that. Lakota mentioned this. There's technically like a point that you can go to where it's like let's say if I wanted a Spinosaurus to grow that big. Now I kind of have Ichthyovenator. Kind of. Not too much, but kind of. That is cool. That is really flipping cool. I love that. This is what? A feathered? What? Oh, this one has feathers? What? A little feathered Spinosaurus? Whoa. Okay, what about this one? Does this one have feathers? That's interesting. Wow, okay. A little baby feathered Spinosaurus. That is interesting. Let's see the Tarbosaurus. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, you have those very thin features compared to the adult, and then it grows, and then it gets a lot bulkier as it grows. That is a very nice transition right there. Torvosaurus, no baby yet. Some of these guys don't have their ontogeny yet. The T-Rex is one I'm really excited for. When you get to the adolescent stage, like let's say this one, it's actually based off of the Jane specimen, which I think is really cool. I actually want to place one of these down, so I'm going to have that be like that. I should have been like selecting some of these because I want to see some of the babies. I want to see like a feathered Spinosaurus. Let's also see an Ichthyovenator right here. Or well, that's as much as it's going to grow. It's going to take a minute before it gets there. The Velociraptors, as we know, are very cute, as we've seen in the trailer. Look at that. Look at that little fluff ball. It's like a little bird. I love it. That is very nice. That is very nice. They've really killed it with this. Patasaurus, those little diplodocid babies. Thinner proportions overall. It just bulks up. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that is cool. Argentinosaurus? Not yet, no. Brachiosaurus? Not yet, no. Brontosaurus? Bloop. Same as the Apatosaurus. Again, I just love the like diplodocids. There's something satisfying about them in particular. Camarasaurus? Yes, I've seen these babies before. Yeah, I love the way that they look. It's so fat. I can't talk. That's so satisfying. Wow, imagine like an animal that kind of has like baby proportions, yet it's still taller than you. That's crazy. Plateosaurus has some really interesting looking babies. I love it. Look at that. New, new. I'm having fun, guys. I'm having a lot of fun. That is so cool. That is so cool. Uh, baby ankylosaurs. Yes, the proportions. The proportions are babied. That is so cool. That is so satisfying. Scalatosaurus? No. Chironosaurus? Yes. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Parasaurolophus? Yes. I don't know how I missed these guys up here. Look at that. Oh, the feathered variant. I really like how their tails are exposed. I don't know why. I just think that's really interesting. Monosaurus, yeah, very nice looking babies. Guanodon, no. Lambeosaurus, ooh, let's see it. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I love it. Leelinosaura, this little thing. Oh man, baby Ouranosaurus. Look at that. Yeah, seeing that sail come in, similar to the Spinosaurus, it's really cool to see. Oh, ceratopsian babies. I love ceratopsian babies. Like, look at that. With their stubby proportions, and then just seeing like the ontogeny in them in particulars. Oh, the baby Pechorhinosaurus, I'm excited. Yes, look at that. Look at that little fella. That looks really good. I think that ceratopsian ontogeny in particular is really satisfying to see because in a lot of ways it's one of the most like well known, especially with like triceratops, because we have like several different fossil specimens that, oh, look at that. Wow, that is bug-eyed. That is crazy. That's like a little alien. Wow, okay. I like it. But there's like a lot of different Triceratops specimens that just represent different stages of growth. Oh, look at this little thing. Look at this little sucker. Psittacosaurus with the coloration that we know of. That's cute. Styracosaurus, not yet. That's unfortunate. I would have loved to see a baby Styracosaurus. But yeah, baby Triceratops. Like, we do have a Triceratops of this age with its horns looking the way that they do. Those epiccipitals really being present. And then as it starts to grow, you'll notice that those horns start to curve back. And then it gets a little bit older and they start to curve forward while the epiccipitals become a little bit more fused to the frill. Like, you can actually really see that in real time. You'll notice that I'm pointing at the screen like you can see, but you'll notice that the epiccipitals, which are the spikes on the back of its frill, they are really sharp when it first starts off with life. Then as it grows, they kind of point out a little bit more, but then they start to become more reduced as they fuse to the frill until they're almost like basically a part of the frill. That was so cool to see. I flippin' love this update. This is easily like one of my favorite updates in the whole game. This is just amazing. I love this. Dinosaur ontogeny, you have no idea, is like one of the most fascinating subjects, I think. And of course, mammals. You can't go wrong with mammals. We have a good idea of the way that mammoths looked when they were babies because we actually have like very well preserved mammoths. This looks great. And as it grows, its tusks start to come in. That is so cool. Or Panthera. Let's see it. Yeah, a little baby lion, basically. That's so good. That is so good. That is so cool. The baby Smilodon. And we've seen some of these before in the trailers. Yeah, it really reminds me of Coda from Brother Bear. Ooh, Coelodont. Yep, baby rhino. You ever seen like videos of baby rhinos? They're really cute animals. Oh, that is so cool. You have no idea. Well, I'm interested to see this. I've never really considered what a baby Elasmotherium would look like, and it, you know, still has like rhino traits considering the fact that Elasmotherium was a rhino. Here's the one with the boss, so it just like becomes a little bit more developed as it grows, which of course makes sense. Jushia. Nice. That's so awesome. Jushia again, apparently. Megaloceros. And no antlers. Look at that. It's got its spots and everything. Yeah, and they just get a little bit darker and like the shades change a little bit. Paraceratherium, yep, very much reminds me of Walking with Beasts. You know the episode with Paraceratherium? Can't wait to create some possible exhibits where you can basically kind of recreate that. I think that would be really fun to do. Cynotherium, again, a baby rhino. These are all very well made. I already tried Acrocanthosaurus earlier. It's not available quite yet. Neither is Carcharodontosaurus, but everything else looks incredible. Now, there's a few fellas that I want to see them. I want to see them walking around as they're little babies. Let's see, what else do I want to see? I would like to see some sauropods. Let me see, Brontosaurus. We get a bunch of like little baby Brontosaurus running around. And then, oh, some Triceratops. Absolutely. I would want to see some Triceratops that grow, or they're up to here, perhaps. We'll get some of those, and then we'll get some of these as well. Okay, let's release these guys and let's see them in the wild. Oh, look at the little T-Rex. Look at that. Okay, I gotta like place down a full-grown T-Rex so we can have a little bit of a comparison here. This is like a great way for some people to, potentially learn about like the growth of these animals too. Like, that's also like a great way to utilize this. You basically get to see like the current consensus in terms of these animals' growth in real time. Like, look at that. Look at that. This little thing grows into that. Ontogeny. Oh, that is so cool. And look at the Spinosaurus over here. Love seeing the reduced sail on it and the different size also. That is just crazy to see. And this little baby Spinosaurus with very reduced sail and the downy feathers, which is really fun. This little Dilophosaurus right here. Look at these Triceratops. This is awesome. This is so cool. Yeah, and see, like, there's I'm sorry, Nigel, but there's a good chance that these are the this is mostly what T-Rex would be going after, because that's a lot more of a safe bet than going after an adult. They'd go after like the old, young, and sick. So, yeah, something like this would certainly be in the crosshairs of Tyrannosaurus Rex with its forward-facing eyes that allows for great depth perception. Look at the way that this Spinosaurus looks. That is so cool. That is just so cool. So imagine the kind of really cool screenshots that some folks would be able to get with this. Like, especially with some of the really good animations that you have. Like, look, you get something like that. Kind of. I mean, that is so awesome. That is just so satisfying to see. And so it looks like, also we get to test out the herding a little bit too, because as you can see, they're moving together in a herd. They do move in herds, guys. They do move in herds. That is great. That is just absolutely delightful. What else do we want to see? We want to see some mammals, of course. Let's get some baby mammoths. Let's create one of those. Oh, I'd love to see a baby. Yeah, let's get you going. Let's get Paraceratherium going. Pachyrhinosaurus, of course. Get you going. I wonder how close would I be able to... Can I make... Let's see. Okay. So that's Sarah. Excuse me. That's Sarah. Littlefoot is an Apatosaurus. So we'll get Littlefoot going. Ducky is a Saurolophus, but Parasaurolophus is pretty close. So can I get one that's more green in coloration, like this one? It's not quite green. That'll have to do, though. Spike is a Stegosaurus, so we can't get him. But I guess we can get Ankylosaurus. They're both Thyreophorians. Petrie, pterosaurs are not in the game. And of course, Chomper. I can get Chomper. Let's get a little baby Chomper going. Who else? Am I missing anyone? I don't think I am. I think that's the whole crew except for Petrie. unfortunately. Oh, whoops, Mammoth. I'll see you later. So we got Sarah right here. We got Chomper right here. We got kind of Spike right here. We got kind of Ducky right here. And we got Littlefoot. There we go. That's kind of the Land Before Time cast. Isn't that fun? Yeah, eventually, I'm sure eventually we'd get more pterosaurs. We can do Petrie. Maybe we'll get Saurolophus sometime in the future. And I know for a fact we will get Stegosaurus in the future. So we will be able to have the whole Land Before Time cast, which means that like actually making enclosures that are based off of the movies and things are certainly a lot more possible with something like this. And I think that is just beautiful. Here, let me release everybody else too. Let's get the Platysaurus. Oh, we got an albino Smilodon. Look at these guys. This is so epic. I'm having a great time with this. I'm so excited for like to play with this more. Look at the little baby Pachyrhinosaurus run. Look at. Speaking of which, I kind of want to see the Protoceratops with its huge old eyes. Yeah, let's see that. Look at it. Look at this little sucker. Look at this little thing. That's just. Wow. Let's get some baby Coelophysis. Let's get some baby Velociraptors. Do. Wow. Baby Velociraptor is pretty big compared to baby Protoceratops. So that means the adult Velociraptor, again, there's a good chance that Velociraptors would, of course, go after the young Protoceratops. Ugh. Poor young Protoceratops. That's horrifying. Look at that. Oh, it's scratching itself with its little hand. This is going to be the best update to ever come to the game. Look at the baby mammoth. Where are you going? Your animations are really good. What is that? Is that one of the Coelophysis? Wow, it booked it. I placed it down all the way over here. It's like, I'm out of here. Look at that. Look at the little stripes. Wow. This is... I know I'm repeating the same things over and over again, but I'm really happy about this update. I'm glad that they're doing this. These are the kind of things that really make me love Prehistoric Kingdom. We'll place down a baby Ouranosaurus. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I want to see it. Let's see. I want to place down... That looks pretty much similar to the T-Rex, but it's like if I got... Let's say that one, which also looks similar to T-Rex. And then let's get this one. Let's compare them to each other. Hey boom. Hey boom. Tyrannosaurus Rex and its Asian relative, the Tarbosaurus. There are some differences. Of course, Tarbosaurus is still overall a lot thinner. That's really interesting to see. That is really interesting to see. Now, these two kind of look like siblings in like a, you know, some type of animated movie or something like that. That's what they kind of remind me of. Like, this is the one who is always good at everything, and this is the one that's not as good at everything. I love this. I love this. It looks like I'm pretty much out of time right now, but that's pretty much what's going on with the testing right now. That's what we have to look forward to on April 24th. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that this is really, really incredible, and I'm truly excited for like the full release of the game or of the update. I think that it's going to be fantastic. Be sure to let me know your guys' thoughts. And yeah, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.